We're at the mystical Riff by the river
with
Leah
and Nameh. Hello,
welcome. All right, I'm gonna be holding down the tarot side with the Moonchild Tarot deck, and I'll be shuffling over here.
And my side is the human design element. And so human design, you may know, is part of a system that Ra-Uru-Hu brought through that helps articulate and map out the energies and how they move through the system, like what some of the qualities are in given what circuitry or what streams they're in. And this idea came through of pulling a human design gate, in essence. I've got a deck from Brenya Magnuson that helps that be really seamless. And then I thought, well, let's also bring in some tarot. And I don't know tarot so much. I know a little bit, but...
And I don't know human design that much. So together, we're like creating this really special witch's brew.
Yes. brew. And so how we've oriented this is in human design, there's 64 gates that are pulled from the I Ching. And each of the gates has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after the gate. So 49.1, 49.2, all the way up to 0.6. And so this reading that you're watching and listening to right now is situated in line 2. So line 2s are in human design considered to be those really talented people that can kind of just do a thing. But the interesting thing is they don't know always that they're talented. And because the rest of the world can maybe see their talent more easily, the second line people might want a hermit. They might want to kind of like keep their distance a little bit because they feel so exposed by how it is that they're talented, gifted, they're naturals at. And what's also interesting about line 2s, and you're going to hear some neighbor sounds, because we are literally right by a river. We're outside.
And a farm road. So
Oh, yeah.
all sorts of sounds.
Yeah, last time we heard a
horse.
A horse, of course.
Often there are dogs, too, so.
Right.
Oh, yeah, there might even be horses in that horse trailer. Do you see any horse?
Looks blank. Looks empty, unless it's a real shorty.
A little tiny horse.
little mini. So second lines, hermiting, gifting, right. And so what can also be the experience for second lines is they're waiting for the call. They have this naturalness to them, and they're wanting like the beyond, God, divinity to like kind of like call them into action, take them off of the bench. You know, if they feel like they're on the bench, like hermiting, like I'm just going to wait my time until I get that call. And so it can have, second lines can have a very spiritual feel to them because of this waiting for the call quality. Yes.
Beautiful. So I think I found the call. It's the sun. It's 19 in the tarot. So this is from the major arcana, which has, 22 total cards from the 0 to the 21 card. Yeah. And the sun is this time of joy and celebration and celebrating with your soul family and honoring where you've been and letting yourself dance in the light. Inside of the arc of the major arcana, this is coming after kind of a trial period. Like you go from, basically you hit like number 11, the hanged one, and then it's like a number of challenges. I mean, you have temperance that kind of helps, and then some more challenges, you hit the tower at 16, and then the stars, you start to get hope back at the star at 17, and the moon brings you into the void, and then the sun is kind of like the most sort of release of all of that and the shedding of all that to finally just like dance in the light and to feel the joy again after this really intense journey. So considering to what you just shared about the invitation, the sun is the invitation to your light, to your gifts, is how I see it in this reading.
Yeah. And I see in the picture that's depicted in this version of the sun is there's a carefreedness carefreeness in nature. In the like, yeah, have the party dance. There's a lot of flowers, so there's a lot of abundance I also feel in that. Yeah.
Also, it's us.
It is us.
Although we put a shade tent up, so we're not dancing in the sun right now.
Or am I?
Oh! She found it.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, so I pulled Gate 24, which is in the individual circuitry. It's on top of the ajna pointing towards Gate 61. So heading up towards the head center. And it's this quality of, I think of it as like chewing on a topic. You know, like there's this concept or this idea, this new way of synthesizing a piece of information. And so they keep kind of in a spiral, like going around and around and returning until the knowing lands. Because with individual circuitry, it's very acoustic sensitive or acoustic, sensitive to acoustics. So what can happen because individual circuitry is mutative, it's offering an empowering sense of self, and it's bringing forward something unique and new, and nobody else could do what Leah does. Nobody else could do what Nameh does because of how I've synthesized my life experiences or have worked with the different energies that come with me through birth and I experience along the way. Similar with Leah, like if you've seen some of Leah's art, like I'm like, where did that come from? In this most, like, I'm so inspired. And so, like, thinking of an art piece that maybe you've been chewing on, again, I'm thinking of the mobile. It's like you may have had this idea, or you may have had this spark of how I'm going to do this, but you're kind of like circling the drain, and then the landing comes, the knowing lands, and you're like, this is how it's going to go.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where my mind is going, you kept saying circling, right?
Yeah.
The sun. You know, I mean, we're circling around the sun, but for us, visually, it looks like the sun is circling around us. So we have this daily rhythm with new discoveries every time. And then with the salmon, like the cycle, the rhythm of going back to the river one time a year, you know, in the fall to spawn, and then going back to the ocean, this sort of like chewing over the same pattern every year in this seasonal cycle, and the learning and growth and discovery that happens when you circle, and like through those rhythms, there being newness. Because sometimes if we're in a rut, it can feel like it's just another day, you know? It's just another salmon spawning season, you know? And yet also it's not exactly the same as last time. And like with the art thing, like chewing on something, thinking about something, wondering where it's gonna go, gathering your materials, trying a thing, starting over, like it all is part of the process, even if it can feel like we're maybe stuck in a loop. You know?
I love it. Yeah, because every time the spawning is happening, how many, I want to say bubbles, you know, thinking of like bubble tea, but that's totally not right.
Bubbles? Little salmon bubbles?
Well, they're in like, aren't they like in a little like...
Oh, you're talking about like the little salmon babies? Oh yeah, they are, like little roe. They are like little bubbles. They look like boba.
I mean, I don't... Right? Like, aren't all fish starting like caviar?
I think so. I think that's what caviar is. Look at us.
But that could be an example of a 24 having this, like, I have something. I've caught a visual of it. For me, it happens visual. I don't think 24s necessarily always experience it in visual form. For me, that's how my system functions. But, like, I had to circle the drain, and then I got some help, and was like, I'm seeing this boba caviar theme. And that's another circle. That's another.
I love this.
I went to this one. Okay. And then we're going to pull one more deck, or one more card to kind of round us out. And here we go. Oh.
Ooh.
Thicket of Thorns or Uncertainty from Denise Lynn's Sacred Forest. And so what's happening for me here as I look at this card, so it's a person walking into a really dense forest. Maybe this area behind us kind of feels thick and dense. And maybe there could be this feeling of like uncertainty. Well, I don't see the path that I'm meant to head through. And the thorns are like, ooh, I'm a little cautious. I feel exposed. And yet what I also see in the picture, I'm curious if you see it as well, Leah, are butterflies. And how I like to explain individual circuitry, because it's on that pulse of knowing, not knowing, knowing, not knowing, maybe more time in the not knowing, and then the knowing arrives, that it can mirror or be metaphorically similar to the butterfly process. Sometimes when the audio or the sound sensitivities are really present, it might be an indication that this thing that's mutating, that's coming through that individual circuitry, so back to the gate 24, that realization coming through, it might feel really uncomfortable before the knowing arrives. So I don't know, I see as similar to uncertainty. And if we can remind ourselves that when that sound sensitivity comes in, we might actually be in the pupa. So it might actually really serve us to go out and be in nature, to be in the unknown. Because I don't know about you, but nature to me represents the unknown. Maybe because I don't have all of the knowledge for what's the value of goldenrod. We happen to have a whole bunch of goldenrod around us. You know, you might not be next to your friend who's like really steeped into all of this medicinal plant information. And yet when I am in nature, I can feel so held and so cared for in the uncertainty. And so I guess I'm curious with these butterflies, if it's giving kind of that reassurance that all is as it needs to be.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recently, through my own learning and practice, have been thinking about these periods of uncertainty as invitation into your own process, like in particular your process with shadow work. And as humans, we tend to want to like get away from discomfort. You know, it's just, of course, it's our instinct. You know, we're like, oh, I'm anxious or I'm angry and I want this to be over. I want to feel the next feeling. Yeah. And my invitation in this moment is to trust the process, which 24 has processing here on the card. And try not to shoot yourself with the second arrow. What I mean by that is the concept of this is that the first arrow is the primary emotion, the uncertainty. I'm feeling uncertainty. The second arrow is the, oh, I don't want to be feeling uncertainty, or it's the thing you like load onto yourself that makes it hard to just let yourself be with the first feeling. You know, in parts work, this might look like going to that uncertain part and actually tending to it, listening to it, rather than immediately trying to move through, push it out, and all of that stuff. Because there are gifts in the Thicket of Thorns. And there's butterflies and invitation to transformation, and there's light ahead. There's the sun ahead. But you don't need to run to the sun. You know, you can learn in the thicket as you move towards the sun.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yeah, because what was coming through in as you were offering that is the sun is always here. You know, like even when we're in the evening, the sun is just
right over there.
Yeah.
just around the bend.
Right. And every day the sun is gonna, at least our current experience of life, every day it rises. Might be clouds, and it's always there. It's always there.
That's actually, I love that. One thing that I've heard too is like in moments where you're feeling uncertain and that's scary, which can often feel to many of us, remind yourself what you can trust in.
Yeah.
The sun rising, the mountains, you know, what actually is stable around you and consistent that in this moment where, you know, maybe my life or your life isn't feeling so knowable, what's going to make you help you feel grounded as you work through that kind of more fluid, uncertain process.
Yeah, and similar to what we said in the first line when we were talking about like that support, like that blanket, you know, can I have one foot on the really grounded, resourced part or tool while also being like, okay, I'll see where this takes me.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Excellent. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, Tooth.
Bye. Here we are again together. I don't like my singing voice right now, but that's okay.
Your singing voice right now and always.
Where are we? What are we doing? Well, send it back.
Send it back my way. Whoa! Knock me over.
So, line 2, that just got me. I was like, what is she putting up on the screen? So,